Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing another romance recommendation. So in my last romance recommendation video, you guys wanted me to do a dark romance next. So I'm doing one. You can comment down below for the next one that you want me to do. I could do another adult one. I could probably even do another new adult one. Or I could do maybe another erotica one. Or I'm not sure what other one I could do. But leave your request down below and I'll probably do it for the next romance recommendation video. So I have about 6 dark romances to recommend for you guys today. So let's just get into it. So the first one I'm recommending is Ruthless King by Megan March. And this is part of the Mount trilogy. I did in fact read the entire trilogy and I really enjoyed it, so I do recommend it. It follows this woman named Kira whose family is in debt with this very powerful man, and she is kind of the only successful one in her family, the one that basically has to fix things. And she then meets this mysterious powerful man and things kind of take off from there. It's pretty dark, but I would say it's more like dark erotica-ish, not necessarily like dark violence, but there is like violence in here too. Does that make sense? And I highly recommend this trilogy. I know there's also a spin-off, which I have not read yet, so I don't really want to recommend it yet because I haven't read it. But yes, I did really enjoy this one. Also, not really a spoiler, but most of Megan March's books, especially if they're a trilogy or series, they do end on cliffhangers, by the way. Just pre-warning you, they end on cliffhangers. So the next one I have to recommend is A Necessary Sin by Georgia Cates. This is part of the Sin trilogy / series because there are some other books that come after. And this follows a woman named Blue who had a very traumatic childhood, and she decides as an adult that she is going to avenge what happened. So she decides to study this mafia organized crime brotherhood group called the Fellowship to avenge what happened when she was a child. And her way in is to make the leader's son, I think, fall in love with her. And then she'll be able to take her revenge. The first book is kind of slow in my opinion. I only gave it 3 stars. However, I do like the trilogy as a whole and I do think it's really great. I mean, if you've read her Beauty from Pain series, I feel like you'll still like this. It's just obviously a lot darker and it deals with more mature themes, even though Beauty from Pain is very mature. Yeah, I really liked Blue. I thought she was a great character, and Sinclair was a great love interest. So I really enjoyed this trilogy, and then I also enjoyed the other books that follow different characters but in the same worlds. Overall, it was great. Next one is Dirty Filthy Rich Men by Laurelyn Page. And this is part of the Dirty Duet. And this is very dark. This is the darkest one in this recommendations video in my opinion. It deals with a very heavy subject matter. It deals with very heavy things. It's not like, it's heavier. It's about this woman who meets these 2 rich guys at university, I think, and she basically has a crush on the one guy, but she's drawn to the other guy, and there's not really a love triangle. I mean, kind of, but I feel like it's very obvious who she will end up with in the end. And it's a very dark story about seduction and manipulation, and it's just a very interesting dark romance. It's not like something I've ever read before. I do really recommend it. I don't think I've recommended this one in a dark romance before or in any of my romance recommendations. I think I've recommended this one in, it might have been my mystery and thrillers, but I still want to recommend it again because it's one of my favorite books of all time, and that is Love Game by Tracy Wolff. This follows a journalist, a true crime journalist, who is tasked to interview this up-and-coming famous actress, and they basically kind of start a relationship, and there are secrets and things that happen. I just really enjoyed this book. It has a dark element, it has an erotica element, it has a mystery thriller element to it. It has a lot of different elements to it, and it just, in my opinion, makes one of my favorite mixes. It's just so good, and I highly recommend that you go check it out. I really love this book, and it is one of my dreams for it to be published in a physical copy so I can have it in my collection. The next one I want to recommend is Sugar Daddy by Sawyer Bennett. This is not really the darkest book. It's not dark like Dirty Filthy Rich Men, but it does have a dark element to it. It is, I would say it's like contemporary with a mix of dark. And this follows a woman who was assaulted when she was younger by this semi-famous man, and she decides that she wants to take revenge, ruin his life, whatever. So she joins a website that he created. She meets his best friend on there, and they start a relationship, and she trying to take revenge on his best friend or friend, and she is also caught between falling in love with this guy. And it's not as dark as like some of the other books that I'm recommending, but I do feel like it has a dark element to it. Like it's not a light fluffy contemporary, so it has a darker element to it, and I definitely do really love this trilogy, so I do recommend it. The next book I have to recommend is Dirty by Kelly Hart, and this is part of the Dirty Nasty Freaks trilogy. I have not read the third book yet, so I don't know, but I am recommending book 1 and book 2. And it follows this girl who's on the road to go see her sister get married, and she gets stranded in this town, and she meets this other guy in the hotel lobby, and I think they have to share a room. She realizes there's more to him than she sees. She actually ends up witnessing him kill someone, and he basically holds a ransom, and this story takes off from there. Yeah, this is a great dark romance. I didn't love it as much as like I had hoped, but I think I wasn't like fully in the mood, and that's why I haven't read the third book yet. But I do really recommend it, and I think if you clearly are looking for dark romance, you should check this one out. So those are all the dark romances that I had to recommend for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read some of these books, or if you have other recommendations for me, please leave them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.